there's this guy I watch called Myron Golden, and he says that by not doing content creation, you are you are putting basically millions of dollars in the garbage. So get on it. Like, find something you're passionate about, do something about it. Start content creation. However you can try. Like, I'm doing a lot of stuff. I seriously have like 50 irons 50 irons in the forge, and I'm trying to do all these different things. Um, and this is just one of 50. Try to make something stick. Hopefully this goes well enough that I can start focusing on those other ones. But yeah, it was I'm impressed and appreciative of already having so many viewers and having such good conversations already. Because at the same time, it's like coming. This is not my first time here. Like, this is not my first time on the internet. I spent 5 years doing a anime reactions channel with my two best friends, and got a good. I wouldn't say good. We were starting. We were starting to get there. We got 11,000 subscribers. 2,000 videos over the course of 5 years. Uh, just watching anime and making fun of it. Yeah, we got. Yeah, you can look up Otaku Saga. It's a dead channel, so everything that's there, like, don't expect me to come back and start doing anime reactions again. Um, but yeah, if you want proof, look up Otaku Saga, and you'll see my real life face. And oddly enough, I kind of look like my character. I have long hair, and um, my two best friends, during COVID, we had to split up, and now one friend is living in Japan. The really tall one with glasses, he lives in Japan. Um, the heavier set Samoan dude, he passed away. Um, After he passed away, the reactions just didn't feel right, and I don't know. It's hard to be comedic alone when you're used to being comedic with, like, two other people in the room with you. I'm shocked at the tree generation in this game. It's so much better than Minecraft. Minecraft is dead. You can hate me for that. You can hate me all you want for that, but nope. Hightail just kicks it up. In terms of real life swords, uh, this is as close to gut being an actual workable, usable gut sword, cloud sword that you can possibly get. It is 15 pounds, an absolute monster of a sword. There's in terms of swords, swords are usually between like 2 and 5 pounds. The heaviest swords in history that were made that are not like gigantic decorative wall mounts for the king's, like, throne room or whatever. Most of those swords are gonna be like 5 pounds. The German greatsword, the Montante, it weighed like 4.5, 5 pounds. My sword is 15 pounds. My sword is 5 times heavier than the historically accurate great sword, and I use it. It has battle marks. I've fought my best friends with it. um, you can't block it. You can't block it. You can't parry it. Like, good luck. It's either get out of my way or get hit. And it's still light enough. Like, well, it's still, I wouldn't say light. It's still wieldable enough that I can pull back, defend myself, and I can still work with it. But actually, pull up my book here. Prologue. President of the United States Ronald Wilson Reagan exited his plane to sign the historic treaty with the European Union and the Soviet Union. After decades of military standoff and conflict, the three world superpowers prepared to bring forth true peace. The world held its breath in an unsteady hope as his right foot hit the ground, and then a loud bang echoed. He clutched his chest and he fell. The leader of the United States president died within minutes. Dubbed God's bullet by some, the devil's bullet by others, miraculously, nobody knows who fired the shot. Intelligence agencies scrambled to blame each other, world leaders argued, and chaos erupted. In 20 minutes, we would have known peace, but a singular act put everyone at each other's throats. There's the first 2 paragraphs of my book. Actually, I don't know if you're a fan of Legend of Dragoon. This would be a lot more interesting if you were. But I can see how I could make a prequel and a sequel to Legend of Dragoon. I know how I could do it. There's no way in hell Sony would let me, but I have the story. I can see it. I can see it. But there's no way in hell I'd be able to get it out. I'd have to like win the lottery or something like that. Buy the rights. I'd have to build my own. I'd have to build a company for it. Also, everything that you do in Legend of Dragoon as it is now is a lie. It's all a lie. Which makes Rose and Zeke's story that much more like tragic. Just absolute tragic. Because there's one key thing that happens in Legend of Dragoon. There's one extremely key point where you're talking to basically the main bad guy, like the end boss. You're talking to his sister in one of the Wingley towns. And She tells you that the Wingleys were the ones that found out about the 108th seed, and it was them that called it the Seed of Destruction, because they, out of their own, like, high and mighty, self-absorbed their own high and mighty self-absorbed nature, they thought that the 108th seed coming in would destroy them, so they called it the Seed of Destruction. But to all the religious stuff that was going on in Ledger and Dragoon, it was supposed to be a seed of blessing. Until the Wingleys basically took over it and turned it into a seed of destruction. So now, Rose turns herself immortal, and every time a new new moon child is born, she goes out and kills the moon child. But she doesn't realize that she's doing the bidding. She's basically doing the bidding of these Wingley overlords by stopping the savior from showing up and bringing balance back to everything. Because that's what the stories of the 108th seed was supposed to do. It's supposed to bring balance to everything. So she's just stopping this from happening over and over and over and over and over again. And so then we go back, then we get to the part of the game where you're playing, and Rose failed to kill Shauna, who is the Moonchild. The Moonchild goes onto a journey with her boyfriend, Dart, the main character, and goes to this tree and tries to stop the 108th seed. But in the process, the very last bad guy is Melbu Frama, the original person who thinks that it's all destructive. He takes the seed and corrupts it again, and basically tries to become a god of destruction. So now we got the idea for a prequel where we can explain this properly, and we got the idea of a sequel where we have a person who's going on like a pilgrimage, like Yuna from Final Fantasy X, and she's going to go on a pilgrimage and be protected throughout the entire time and succeed in doing it, and seeing what that looks like. Anyway, sorry. Completely out of left field. When I say it's a chaos realm, I'm not joking. But I can even see the whole build up of how to make a prequel. Shirley would probably be I would probably make Shirley the main character, because out of all the Dragoon War or the dragon campaign people that you talked to, Shirley was the one that like held everybody together and kind of gathered everybody. So Shirley's the main character. You run around as her, and she's a priestess. And you have to go like uncover all these things. You're trying to stop Melbu Frama from doing all the things.